Hello, everybody. Mr. Traveler here. Happy Monday to each and every one of you. And we have some good news coming in that will potentially make the Monday blues be a little bit better today. We got some exciting news coming from Royal Caribbean, which also includes Celebrity Cruises. They have made updates to their vaccination policy, and it's good news for everybody involved, I think. So this has just come out, and basically, in a nutshell, they've foregone the previous requirement, which said with the five nights sailing or less, you're good to go. Anything over that was you had to get tested. So now Royal Caribbean has updated their policy, and including Celebrity Cruise Lines as well. So beginning September the 5th. So this is sailings on September the 5th or onward. They are welcoming unvaccinated guests on board the ship. So what happens is, this has to be a 9-night or less sailing. Okay, 9 nights or less sailing. So that encompasses a pretty good chunk of Royal Caribbean's sailings. Probably, I don't have a percentage on that, but I mean that's the vast majority of their business is 7-8 day cruises. So that's good news. And what's happening here is if you're unvaccinated, you have to have your test within 3 days of sailing. So unvaccinated guests have to have a test within 3 days of sailing. If you're vaccinated, you do not need to test. So again, this begins September the 5th of this year, and for Royal Caribbean and Celebrity, for all sailings, 9 nights or less. Now, if you have a sailing that's 10 nights or more, everybody has to get tested within 3 days of the sailing. But again, most of the cruises for Royal Caribbean and Celebrity are 7-8 night cruises. So that's good news for the vast majority of people out there. So I'll kind of recap that again for Celebrity and Royal Caribbean beginning September the 5th. Unvaccinated guests are welcome on board. So this is a change from the policy that they put out a couple of weeks ago. If you're unvaccinated on Royal Caribbean or Celebrity on a sailing 9 nights or less, you just need to do a test within 3 days of your sailing. If you're vaccinated, you do not have to do the testing. So that's good news. The couple of exceptions are if your cruise is going to Canada or Bermuda, there are still local requirements there which do require you to have COVID testing. So if your cruise is going to touch Canada or Bermuda, you are going to have to still get the test. But again, this is September the 5th of this year, Royal Caribbean and Celebrity. Unvaccinated guests are welcome on board. You just have to have a negative COVID test presented within 3 days of your sailing. For those who are vaccinated, you do not need a test. You just have to show your vaccination status on there. So good news, guys. This is moving a lot more quickly than I anticipated that it would this year. I mean, the dominoes have been falling pretty fast here, so we'll see how the other cruise lines respond to this. Come on, MSC. MSC, if you don't know, it's just really been a pain. I almost wish they would have left it alone, because they went from being able to do an EMED at home test for everybody that needed the testing. Now they made their little changes coming up here. They actually kicks in this week, and for it's a longer sailing, or a 7-night sailing that we're on. So we have to do a test, and they don't take EMED test now at the home test. It has to be a proctored lab test, and we did confirm that with the MSC representative, because it was kind of unclear. But yeah, so anyway, back on track. So yes, Royal Caribbean is welcoming unvaccinated guests on board their ships now. 9 nights or less sailings, unvaccinated guests simply need to take a test within 3 days of the sailing and present their negative COVID test. For those who are vaccinated, you do not need to test for 9 nights or less. So huge news. This is for Royal Caribbean and for Celebrity. So I would think that is going to, we're going to see the dominoes fall pretty quickly here, I think, as we move forward with the other cruise lines. So that's good news for everybody as we get back to normalcy. We've been talking about returning to normalcy for 2 years now. We're finally in the end game of this year. But let me put this disclaimer out there. Please, even though we're doing this stuff, please still be cautious when you go out here on these cruises, because it's still a very real thing out there. If you feel the need to take your mask with you in crowded settings, by all means do so. Make sure you keep your hand sanitizer and practice good hygienic behavior. Don't let your guard down, I guess is what I'm getting at. Because it's still, it's still out there. We want to, we have to learn how to live with this thing now, as opposed to, hiding indoors and trying to hide from it. We have to learn how to live with this thing. And it still is going to require us to be precautious when we're out and about in our everyday lives, not only just traveling. But we want you to make sure that you're safe when you're traveling, because we want you to have a good time and preserve those memories, not have a bad memory of how you got sick on board a ship or something because of COVID. So anyway, guys, so good news for Royal Caribbean Celebrity. If we can help you book any of these wonderful trips on the Royal Caribbean Celebrity or any cruise line, give us a call at 877-697-4470. We'll be glad to help you make some new memories for you and your family. We can also be reached at www.mr.traveler.com, and you can shop our website there. We'll be glad to help you guys out with that. So good news for Royal Caribbean. Guys, get on out there and book that Royal Caribbean cruise. You can get on out there now, guys. All right, we'll talk to you later. Life's short. Have fun. See the world, guys. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. I saw the wonderful hellos. Thank you so much. Love you all. Bye-bye.